Showing things that you wouldn't even believe if you see me try. Yeah, baby, got my attention, no time for new reason. Baby, just a second, show me. Cause I can show you things. I show you how this love can be. We are blowing this high, but perhaps I got you on my low, baby. I can show you things. I know the music never seen. I'm asking for too much, show me. I'm asking for too much.
Let me show you this the better side. All I need is to know if you done a ride. Designer dress with the Carter, girl, you come high. Probably hear this every day, but I'ma truly show you right. So baby girl, come with me for the night. Bad nigga did you wrong in the past, am I right? Here to tell you, baby girl, this ain't the same song. Really, to be honest, I don't know what that nigga was on. Cause I can put you on some real shit. You getting tired of these fakes, I need a real chick. Yeah, what the talking about that action? But you always really seem to have the mention.
Show me, cause I can show you things. To show you how this love can be. We are blowing this high, but perhaps I got you on my low, baby. I can show you things. I know the music never seen. I'm asking for too much, show me. I'm asking for too much, show me. And I will take care.
First off, stop asking these questions, baby, you know me well. I pull out these toys like it was show and tell. Porn star, she put her hair right in a ponytail. Don't collect $200, baby, go straight to jail. Lock you down, put the handcuffs on you. Got them Cartier frames, but these buffs on you. And these hoes all the same, they can't fuck with you. Tell them fuck what they think, let's make love in the bank. We mix love, not the drink. Fill my cup, need it straight. I'm filling my safe up with Benjamin Franklin's. You don't gotta worry about your ex, girl, you're safe. I'm not with the games, girl, don't play with my love, cause it's dangerous.
Show me, cause I can show you things. To show you how this love can be. We are blowing this high, but perhaps I got you on my low, baby. I can show you things. I know the music never seen. I'm asking for too much, show me. Asking for too much, show me. And I will take care.
Oh, fuck, man. Glad I made it to the crib. Shit. I'm not drinking like that no more, man. Shit. Alright, let me get myself together. Let me text this bitch, man. Let me see what she on. Let me see what she talking about. And she better respond. She better come through. Let me see. Alright, hold on. Here we go. Look, I was drunk texting her, telling her how I feel inside. Just a couple shots of liquor, and I feel alive. Maybe more than a couple, shit, you know I lie. This shit might get me in trouble, cause she might reply. Drunk texting her, way too much for sober thoughts. The liquor took control and I can't even turn it off. My day got hard again, I know that this disheartening. That I can only hit you up when I'm not even competent. Yeah, but I'm saying shit I don't mean with confidence. Like you know I love you, baby. Can you hit me back? I know you think I'm talking shit, but I'm just speaking.
Everything husky.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream. Next thing tomorrow's here.
It's a brand new day, never hold on to hate. Cause you was placed here to be great. Please take your place. All queens got a seat at my table. Cause without y'all, then the man ain't able. Melanated queen, connected to the universe. And so I gotta thank my mom for my birth. If hate is the curse, then love is the remedy. So I send you love no matter creed or identity. Until infinity, look at you like you kin to me. Even when we disagree, yo, you still kin to me. In other words, I can't bring you no trouble, can't bring you no beef, don't wanna see you deceased. Now if I'm coming at you, I'm coming with a business plan. Cause every day I'm on some, yo, let's get this money, man. Yeah, and that's my real plans. I rest my head at night, I wake up, I got another plan.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow's here.
It's a lot of high rappers tell me why we don't get money together, but we'll kill each other over whatever. Running down the freeway, we gonna own down. If Black Lives Matter, why we gonna own down? That's why they laugh and they think that we clowns. They hear what we say, but see how we get down. We gotta change that now, right now to be exact. Cause hurting that man's moms is not where it's at now. Old school, new school, need to learn, yo. They put us in groups so they can make more dough. The young versus the old versus the young. Black versus white, you see the pattern, right? No unity, keep them all on some gutter-ish. This way they don't prosper and get rich. Yo, can't you see it's a trick? Just open your third eye and you'll see the full view of it. Now yo, what if the powers that be know that the real power lies within the people? That's us. And what if they using things like crayon colors, black and white, to separate the people? Hey, yo, you gotta wake up. Don't let them fool y'all. Spread love.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow's. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow's here again. Good morning.
Good morning, y'all. You know what to do. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me. Oh my gosh. What a day to be alive. We're going to get into it here in a minute. We've got some breaking news for y'all. Wow. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. We should be good to go. I see a couple ones in the chat over there. We should be all set. There we go. Let me make sure we're looking all good. There we go. Looking all crispy and clean on the screen. Shout out to everybody who's in here. Welcome, y'all. Welcome back to another YouTube live stream and another episode of the Music Morning Show. I'm your host, ClassE Beats of ClassEbeats.com. And today we've got some breaking news for y'all. It is going down. Our guy, Brian Steele, the lawyer of the year, just dropped a bomb. A nuclear bomb on this Fulton County court, and specifically right on Judge Glanville's head. We're going to talk about it here in a minute. It is absolutely crazy. They gave this man too much time. They gave him too much time. They asked for a little bit more time, and Brian Steele took advantage of it. So we're going to get into it here in just a second. But before we do, let me say what's up to everybody who's in the building, man. I see y'all in here. Shout out to the amazing Amy up in here. She says good morning over there smirking. Shout out to Amy. We got mixed chick Samantha in here as well. Said good morning, dropping the 1s in the chat. All right, I know we've got some breaking news and we're gonna go ahead and get into it here in a second. If y'all could do me a favor, make sure on your way in that you like the video. Not only like the video, but make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any time we go live or anytime we drop a new video. We're dropping videos twice a day and we're live streaming twice every weekday as well. So y'all don't want to miss out. Shout out to Bushido. Bands is in the building. Good to see you. We've got Mar back up in here too. Says good morning too. you, sir, as well. Good to see you back in here, Mar. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all know I have a couple of announcements to get into, and then we'll get into our breaking news here. Today at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you guys want some more feedback on your music, if you want some more insights into how I do mixing and mastering over on BandLab specifically, make sure that you join us today at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing some live music reviews and some live mixing and mastering in BandLab as well. So if you got some music you want to be heard, make sure you stop by there and check it out over on the BandLab Engineer channel. And you can find the link to this channel in the description, or you can just type in the search bar. Y'all see there, the BandLab Engineer. It'll be the first thing that pops up. All right. How's everybody doing on this Tuesday morning? First of all, I know this Tuesday morning has been crazy. Absolutely crazy. Had an amazing phone call actually right before this live stream, and yeah, ready to get into it. So I know y'all saw a couple of the things that we changed here on the live stream to start with. So let me know what y'all think about that. But tell me how y'all are doing, man. We definitely need to put some prayers out there for everybody who's in Houston. I know they are going through it right now. A lot of people lost some power. There's been some major flooding out there. So anybody who's in Houston, I will definitely be keeping you in our prayers, and hopefully y'all are doing okay out there as well. Shout out to Amy. Amy always in here showing love. But I think we got everybody in here so far, but I'm sure y'all are ready to get into this breaking news. So let's go ahead and get it, unless y'all have anything else. Yeah, she said, Amy says prayers for friends and family in Houston, Texas. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get into it, y'all. It's about to be crazy. All right, let's go ahead and get this set up. Let me double check and see what y'all are saying. Yeah, Mars said the tea is hot, hot. Yes, it is. Very hot. Okay, so what do we have going on here? So this YSL case continues to get crazy and crazy. All right, crazier and crazier, however you want to say it. Brian Steele, Young Thug's lawyer, just dropped a nuclear bomb on the prosecution and on this entire case, because he just filed a supplemental motion to recuse Judge Glanville. And man, there is a lot of information in this motion. We're going to go through some of it, not all of it. There are over 233 pages in this motion, and y'all are going to be very interested to hear some of the things that he's talking about in the motion. So let's go ahead and get right into it, giving you guys a little bit of background. What happened was on Monday, the court was supposed to respond to the 3 recusals that were filed by several of the lawyers and defendants involved in this case. They decided yesterday that they needed a little bit more time and asked Judge Rachel if they could give them a little bit more time to respond. So she said, okay, I'll give you 48 hours. So you have until Wednesday at the end of the day to respond, right? Judge, that was Judge Krause. So now that they had this time, Brian Steele took advantage of that, and he said, hey, we're going to drop this supplemental motion to recuse Judge Glanville on your head. So now you have even more that you have to respond to. So I don't know what they're going to do in this case as far as how soon Judge Krause is going to make a ruling on this, but we're going to go through it and see what Brian Steele is talking about and what he's saying. All right. So y'all get ready, because there's a lot of interesting facts in this. Some of the things that we didn't even know were going on, or that some of the prosecutors involved in this case are going through. All right. So in the Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia versus Jeffrey Williams is the defendant. And this is an indictment number here. Judge Glanville, supplement to motion to recuse Judge Glanville. All right. And we've got a bunch of notes in here we're going to go through as well. Comes now, Young Thug and through undersigned counsel, and hereby timely files this supplement to motion to recuse Judge Glanville in the above referenced case. In support of this motion, Young Thug shows as follows. 1. This supplement motion to recuse Judge Glanville, as well as the attached joint affidavit, and there's a lot in this affidavit too, is timely filed as Uniform Superior Court Rule 25.1 mandates that The time for filing a motion to recuse shall be not later than 5 days after the affidavit first learned of the grounds. Okay. And then they've got a couple of notes here. The first note is who this supplement to motion to recuse is about. Number 1, this motion applies to lawyers Love and Hilton. In addition to Judge Glanville, as all three are material witnesses in the case at bar, and all will be called by Mr. Williams during trial to show judicial and prosecutorial, hopefully I said that right, misconduct. All right. And then you can see the case stated there. This motion also timely moves to recuse the Honorable Judge Krause based upon the fact that she sits on the Fulton County Superior Court bench with Judge Glanville, and that in April 2024, Judge Glanville contributed $2,000 to the Honorable Judge Krause's re-election campaign. I told y'all, man. I know I wasn't the only one. I wasn't the first one to see this, but this is some of the concerns that we had when it came to this whole entire case being seen by another judge in Fulton County. They are all connected. And I know Judge Glanville isn't technically their boss, but there is a hierarchy within the system. Judge Glanville knows and is connected to them. We talked about Judge Belinda. He's known and worked with her for 7 years. There's been cases that they've worked on together. And now you have Brian Steele calling out Judge Krause, the Honorable Judge Krause, so still showing some respect there, and saying that, hey, Judge Glanville is already biased. Judge Krause is biased because he contributed to her re-election campaign, which is absolutely insane. Also in April 2024, the Honorable Judge Krause donated $500 to Judge Glanville's re-election campaign. Oh my gosh. Young Thug's trial has been ongoing since January 4th, 2023, and therefore includes April 2024. So while this case was ongoing, I guess he didn't foresee himself having an ex parte meeting that would essentially ruin this entire case. But hey, what are you going to do? And then they cite this case as well. And then the third note, undersigned counsel derives no happiness when filing this supplemental motion. However, let justice be done though the heavens fall. Actually, the heavens will not fall by unmasking unbiased and unethical members of the bar. Oh my gosh. Oh man, they are putting all types of icing on this. Brian said, hey, whatever case may be, we just have to do what's right. And actually, it's not that big of a deal because we need to get them off of this case as soon as possible. All right, so let's go back a little bit. Let's see. So the timely filing mandates the time for filing a motion to recuse shall be no later than 5 days after the affidavit first learned of the grounds for disqualification. See Exhibit A. That is the affidavit. All right. The Honorable Supreme Court of Georgia has taught that a motion to recuse is timely filed under this section if it is filed within 5 days after the affidavit first learned of the alleged grounds for disqualification, excluding Saturdays and Sundays. See, and then they cite some more. All right. Thus, the supplement to motion to recuse is timely and has the additional reasons for the recusal were first learned on Monday, July 1st. Okay. Definitely within 5 days when Judge Glanville permitted the court reporter to release to undersigned counsel the transcript of the Monday, June 10th, 2024 ex parte meeting between Judge Glanville, lawyers Hilton and Love, the Honorable. I love how he doesn't say honorable in front of Judge Glanville. He's not feeling them. And he doesn't say it in front of lawyers Hilton and Love. He doesn't even use their whole name. Dang, that's crazy. The ex parte meeting between Judge Glanville, lawyers Hilton and Love, the Honorable Attorney Bumpus, and her client, sworn witness Lil Woody, and others, right? And they talk about that in the affidavit as well. This timely filed supplement to motion to recuse has also been timely presented to the Honorable Judge Krause and Judge Glanville. They left out honorable again. Sheesh. On Monday, July 8th, 2024. In the case at bar, Judge Glanville's ex parte communications with a sworn witness, his counsel, lawyers Love and Hilton. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, did I say judge? Honorable Attorney Bumpus, excuse me. So he's calling Miss Love and Miss Hilton his counsel. That's tough, man. In the case at bar, Judge Glanville's ex parte communications with a sworn witness, his counsel, lawyers Love and Hilton, and other representatives with the Fulton County District Attorney's Office are seemingly only partially captured by the court reporter. They're basically saying what we said when we reviewed this transcript. It looks like they didn't release the unredacted transcript. Either that or there was a fly in the room and the court reporter the whole time was just waving the fly and couldn't keep track of everything, because there was a lot missing from those transcripts. All right. Judge Glanville, lawyer Love, and lawyer Hilton have prejudiced and tainted Young Thug's trial so deeply as Judge Glanville has not acted as a judge, but morphed into an essential part of the prosecution team. God. And we saw this before in what Mr. Weinstein sent to the Superior Court of Georgia before, which was crazy. It's crazy that Brian is going at them. Judge Glanville has not acted as a judge, but morphed into an essential part of the prosecution team. For instance, see Johnson v. State, and then they cite that's case there. The judge's conduct, including ex parte communication with the prosecutor during trial, resulted in an appearance of bias, requiring reversal of the convictions and sentences. USCR 4.1 mandates that judges shall neither initiate nor consider ex parte communications by interested parties or their attorneys concerning a pending or impeding proceeding. And we talked about this. Not only did Judge Glanville and Miss Love talk about having a meeting on Monday in open court, but they also, in the transcripts, as we see, Judge Glanville was the one who said, hey, can y'all bring Little Woody in here? We're going to have a meeting. We need Little Woody in this meeting. So he was the one that set this whole thing up, which is not a great look at all. Yet Judge Glanville participated in these ex parte communications and then somehow attempted to keep the secret by referring to the meeting as privileged. Okay, we didn't see that in the transcript, so I'll be interested to see if more information comes out of where he called it privileged, because Kayla mentioned as well that he never said the meeting was privileged or that people weren't supposed to know about it, and describing the improper secrecy as sacrosanct. All right, and then they give another exhibit C. Judge Glanville has totally abandoned his role as a judge and has become a prosecutor against Young Thug. It's looking that way, man. It's definitely looking that way. Ex parte communications are presumed to be harmful error, and any conviction and sentence will be reversed unless the state proves that the error was harmless, which they're going to have a really hard time doing. Mr. Williams, or aka Young Thug's timely raised his objections to these ex parte communications and recusal of Judge Glanville, to wit, when he first learned of the same. All right. And then they're saying sacrosanct means most sacred or holy, inviolable, immune to criticism. Okay. And then they give the definition there. As shown herein, the ex parte communications were illegal, immoral, and unethical, diametrically opposed to sacrosanct. We would have to agree. This should have never happened. Canon 2 rule. Okay. We got the Georgia Judicial Code of Conduct forbids a judge from considering ex parte communications as judges shall accord to every person who has a legal interest in the proceeding or that person's lawyer the right to be heard according to the law. Judge Glanville embraced his view that the communications at the ex parte hearing were privileged, which still doesn't make sense that it would be necessary. They can still be harmful. Judges, okay, so they cite the exhibit here, and it says that judges shall not initiate, permit, or consider ex parte communications or consider other communications made to them outside of the presence of the parties or their lawyers concerning a pending or impeding proceeding, except communications for administrative purposes, emergencies, consultations with experts, or court personnel and settlement conferences. Okay, Judicial Code Rule 2.9. It is also clear that ex parte communications are presumed to have been in error, and once a party has shown that a judge has received an ex parte communication, there is a presumption to harm that can be overcome only by affirmative showing that the judge did not consider this communication, which that's impossible because he's the one that made the entire meeting happen. In the case at bar, there is not a, I don't even know how to say this. There is not a, what is it? Scintilla? What is that word, man? I'm going to have to look that one up. Of evidence, but there's basically no evidence to overcome the presumption that these impermissible, illegal, and unethical ex parte communications as captured in attached Exhibit B result in harm. Thus, Young Thug's case should be reversed on direct appeal if there is any conviction and sentence. Okay? And then they cite this line here, or there's a note here. It says Georgia's current code of judicial conduct went into effect January 1st of 2016. Okay, good to know. And then they say compare this situation. He said ex parte letters sent to the judge by witness was not harmful error, where the party asserting the error did not argue that the judge responded in any manner or gave the letter any consideration. Okay, so this is a case where the judge did the right thing. As shown in the joint affidavit attached here too as Exhibit A, Judge Glanville not only conducted this improper and unethical ex parte meeting, Judge Glanville therein acted as an advocate for the Fulton County District Attorney's Office as he dispensed legal advice and supported lawyers Hilton and Love's goal to have Lil Woody testify against Young Thug and the other co-indictees. I mean, he was a part of the prosecution, because with the absence of the defense being there, there is no back and forth at all. You can't hear both sides. You can't be unbiased or impartial if you're only there hearing and helping one side. Man, and Brian's putting this a different way that we've heard before, and this just makes it sound even worse. And then we looked throughout the transcript from the secret meeting, and we saw Judge Glanville is even in there coaching and echoing some of the things that ADA Hilton was saying, which is just, it's sad to see that this is how the justice system's being run here. In light of this ex parte proceedings, it is impossible to conclude that Judge Glanville is impartial and not a member of the prosecution team. God dang. Judges shall disqualify themselves in any proceeding in which their impartiality might reasonably be questioned, including cases in which the judge has a potential bias or prejudice concerning a party or a party's lawyer, or personal knowledge of disputed evidentiary facts concerning the Proceedings Code Judicial Conduct Rule 2.11. Judge Glanville has been derelict in his judicial duties and must be recused. Once evidence of this illegal ex parte Star Chamber meeting was revealed by undersigned counsel in the afternoon of June 10th, 2024, in open court, lawyers Hilton and Love sat mute while Judge Glanville found undersigned counsel in contempt of court. He's talking about himself, and sentenced undersigned counsel to the longest possible time in jail for unmasking Judge Glanville's, lawyer Love's, and lawyer Hilton's improper, illegal, and unethical conduct. All right. And he's going to go into a little bit more of what some of the consequences should be for what they did. Check this out. Brian says, in addition to violations of Georgia rules of professional responsibility, which could carry penalties up to disbarment, felony crimes such as a violation of oath of office as codified here. Wow. Brian is, this dude is not letting up. He said, hey, we got to get him up out of here. Not only that, but they could be charged with felonies. They could get disbarred. Man, their livelihood is at stake here. Whew. Judge Glanville must be recused from any further action on Young Thug's case. The reference sections of the Georgia Code of Judicial Conduct are meant to be self-enforcing, and it is the judge's duty to disqualify himself as soon as he is aware that the grounds exist. All right, so how is Judge Glanville going to respond to this and defend himself? No wonder they needed some extra time, because he has this to respond to, along with 3 other motions to recuse. I don't know, and I cannot see a way that he's going to be able to say, oh, this meeting was okay. I should have had this meeting without the defense there. Other than him saying it was privileged, which, looking at some of these cases that they're citing, he still wasn't allowed to do that. All right, so they said C. Pope versus State. All right, which provides that no justice, judge, or magistrate shall accept from the parties to the proceedings a waiver of any grounds for disqualification, including cases in which judge has personal knowledge of disputed evidentiary facts concerning the proceedings. Okay. And then they cite some more cases there. In the case at hand, the state cannot show that Judge Glanville's lawyer Love's or lawyer Hilton's intentional and willful complicity in these ex parte communications was harmless error. And I agree with Brian on that. I mean, any reasonable person would look at this and just say, this is wrong. There's no way they should have been able to hold this meeting and thought it would be okay without the defense being there. As shown in Exhibit B, the improper influence and interjections by Judge Glanville. I'm guessing Exhibit B is probably the transcript, if I had to guess, but we'll see later on. As shown in Exhibit B, the improper influence and interjections by Judge Glanville and his 2 cohorts from the Fulton County District Attorney's Office on Lil Woody's changed Lil Woody's stance not to testify against Young Thug. If Lil Woody refused to testify, all of his prior false inculpatory statements as to Young Thug would not come into evidence based on Young Thug's constitutional right to confrontation. Intimidation tactics thrust upon Lil Woody by the combined work of Judge Glanville, lawyer Love, and lawyer Hilton resulted in Lil Woody's decision to testify, and thus Lil Woody has another witness to challenge at trial. That's true. Moreover, ex parte communications are so disfavored and repugnant jeez, that even if the ex parte communications would be cumulative of other evidence introduced at trial, same would not be harmless error because the ex parte communications are presumed to be reversible error. So no matter what the ruling is in this case, Brian's saying, hey, even if we make a ruling, we make it all the way to the end of this case, you would have wasted everyone's time because we're going to appeal to get this reversed, and it would have to be reversed because this meeting even took place in the first place. Oh man, Young Thug's fundamental constitutional rights were trampled, ignored, and violated as a result of Judge Glanville, lawyer Love's, and lawyer Hilton's improper, unethical ex parte meeting with witness Lil Woody. And Lil Woody's rights were trampled as well because he had forced immunity. So they forced immunity on him, made it so that he had to testify. That wasn't in this ex parte meeting, but still. I mean, Lil Woody didn't have a choice either, it seems like. Moreover, the cover-up, secrecy, and silence of all 3 team members, he calls them team members, is unforgivable. To wit, after the Star Chamber meeting, the 3 public officials simply strolled into the courtroom, faced the cameras, called for the jury, and asked to continue the trial as if nothing out of the ordinary occurred just hours/minutes before. All right. And then they actually show a YouTube video where this happened. It's about 7 minutes where they come in. We haven't seen this yet, so I think we might go into it and look at this. Shout out to Law and Crime. Let's go to the 2:28 mark. So they put this timestamp in here because this is right when they come out of the secret meeting with Kayla and Lil Woody. So let's see what they look like in here. Hold on. Let me skip forward a little bit. It says 228.40. There you go.
Good morning, y'all.
Look at him, guilty. Disgusting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the record in the matter of the state of Georgia versus Khalif Adams et al. In 22 SC 183 572. All right, let me go ahead and take roll for today. Let's see, Mr. Stillwell, Mr. Boston, Mr. Shar. Good morning, gentlemen.
This is when it all
All right,
went
Mr.
down.
Williams, Mr. Steele, Mr. Adams. Good morning. All right, Mr. Kenrick and Mr. Weinstein. Good morning. All right, Mr. Huey and Mr. Matthews Jr. and Sr. Good morning. All right, Mr. Nichols and Mr. Garner. Good morning.
Wow.
Mr. Ryan and Misty Williams. Good morning. All right, Mr. Brown, Mr. Uhelski, Mr. Atkins,
Trying to see if Kayla's in here yet.
Miss Love.
Miss Love.
You see here? No.
There's our guy,
All right,
Young
good
Thug.
morning.
The GOAT, Brian Steele.
All right. Are all the jurors present, sir? Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Anything I need to take up before we
And there they are.
call for Mr. Copeland? All right. Mr. Steele, you don't have to if you don't want to. I mean, you know, it's okay.
I want to.
All right, go ahead.
I'm just, you know, I don't know what is going on. Last we know, you said that you have a hearing with his lawyers.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you talking a little low.
Said, I don't know what's going on. Last I learned, you said that there'll be a hearing this morning with his lawyer. It's been dark since.
He's had, okay. Mr. Copeland's had the opportunity to speak with his lawyer, Miss Bumpus, and it is my understanding he's going to testify. That's the latest I can give you, okay? So we're going to bring Mr. Copeland out, and we'll see what happens, okay?
Did the court send the immunity order?
It should be filed. It should be part of Odyssey.
Brian is heated right now. He knew what happened.
Because it would have been filed, I think, on Friday. So,
I don't believe anyone.
Miss Love, did you file that already?
We left the yellow envelope with the court for a signature. We were going to file it under seal.
You mean the motion? Okay.
We can give them.
Yeah, if you could
Look
send
at him.
them a
He's
copy,
still
that'd be
coaching
fine.
him up.
Okay. Send them a copy.
Crazy thing is, at this point, they had no idea that Brian Steele knew about the ex parte meeting, which is hilarious. We'll fast forward a little bit more.
Good morning. Okay.
There's our guy. There's
Mr.
little Woody.
Copeland, have a seat, sir.
Y'all remember from the transcripts, he said, nah, I want to go in there just like this. I want them to see what y'all did to me.
Good morning again, sir. Good morning. Okay. Sir, it is your intent to testify today. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Some of our jurors, please start Ingram.
And he said, good morning again. Where's Kayla at? I'm trying to see where Kayla is. And the jury comes in, and then they said we're gonna go till 3:35:42.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, good morning. Good morning. All right.
All right, and all they wanted to show here is that Judge Glanville, ADA Hilton, and ADA Love didn't care. They just didn't care. They had this secret ex parte meeting. They knew what they had done, and they called everybody in there. They told Lil Woody, all right, man, come on. We talked about this. Go ahead and testify. All right, so going back to this motion, It says Young Thug needs to examine Judge Glanville, Lawyer Hilton, and Lawyer Love, and all other members of the prosecution team to reveal the date and time of every ex parte communication that occurred concerning Young Thug's case since its inception. The subject of same, and order the court reporter to produce any transcript of same and or unseal all documents from the potential improper ex parte meeting. Brian Steele is saying this isn't the first time they've done this. And he's not even saying, the wording here is saying that he believes or he knows somehow that there were other ex parte meetings as well. Listen to this. He said, basically everyone on the prosecution team needs to reveal the date and time of every ex parte communication that occurred concerning Young Thug's case. He's not even questioning that it happened. What does he say here? Undersigned counsel needs to cross-examine all of these parties to ensure that the sworn testimony is spread in open court on the record. Let's see if we can find note 7. It says, undersigned counsel objects to any proffer by Judge Glanville, lawyers Hilton and Love. Other objections to proffers will be made at the time of the attempted proffer. Okay, proffer, excuse me. Yeah, so basically they can't argue against this and they've just got to get it done, which is wild. So what information are we missing here? When have these other meetings taken place? Because Brian seems to be pretty sure that other ex parte meetings have taken place. And I don't know if he heard this from... It wouldn't have been Kayla because she was only there from one day. If he heard it from somebody else, so maybe there's another mole. This is wild, man. Somebody said she was sitting with Young Thug's family. Oh, okay. She said she was sitting in the back in another interview too. Yeah, we probably can't see her. Can't see her for some reason. Anyway, Mr. Young Thug's trial is constitutionally broken based upon the unconscionable misconduct of Judge Glanville, Lawyer Love, and Lawyer Hilton, all working together in an effort to convict Young Thug. The criminal justice system in Fulton County, in the state of Georgia, and in America has been attacked by the conduct of these three actors. Sheesh. The injustice must end immediately, beginning with Judge Glanville removed and disqualified from Young Thug's case. Thereafter, this motion is also timely made for Lawyer Love and Lawyer Hilton to be removed and disqualified from Mr. Williams' trial. And the Fulton County District Attorney's Office must be investigated for their improper conduct, if any, outside of the actions of Lawyer Love and Lawyer Hilton. Okay, so they're insinuating more may have happened there as well. Judges must scrupulously avoid improper ex parte communications, whether or not they consider them. All right, a judge has the ethical duty to recuse himself anytime the judge is aware of grounds to do so. Judge Glanville did the opposite of recusing himself, even it's sua sponte, even though he is keenly aware that helping Lawyer Love and Lawyer Hilton to influence Lil Woody to change his mind and testify against Young Thug is not permitted by any judge in any court. Instead, Judge Glanville, the chief judge in the Superior Court of Fulton County, Georgia, has taken upon himself, at the behest and encouragement of Lawyers Love and Hilton, to ally himself with the prosecutors in this case. Judge Glanville's misconduct shall not stand. All right. The law must be followed. Judge Glanville must be recused and disqualified from Young Thug's case instanter. I don't know what that means either. I've never heard it used that way. No hearing is actually needed to reach the finding that the recusal of Judge Glanville is mandated. So how would they go about this then? I guess we'll have to keep reading. Judge Glanville has automatically caused his recusal and disqualification from Young Thug's case by unlawfully becoming actively involved when he presented argument refuting affidavits alleging of judicial bias. Okay. And then they have a timestamp here. We're not going to watch the whole thing because it's 12 minutes, but we might clip that and put it in the video at some point. If the honorable court disagrees, Young Thug respectfully request a hearing as he will call Judge Glanville, Lawyer Love, and Lawyer Hilton as witnesses to fully unmask this above discussed misconduct as well as further misconduct that may have occurred. And Kayla even said if she is subpoenaed and if she has to come testify at this hearing, she said, I would be more than happy to. Which is crazy. And we know Lil Woody, he'll be more than happy to say what happened too, because we already saw him on a YouTube video saying that the transcripts weren't true. So I don't know why Judge Glanville needs more time. He needs to go ahead and recuse himself, get off of this case. It's already such a mess. And then you have on his side somebody who he contributed and who contributed to his reelection that's ruling on these recusals. I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all. But his pride's in the way. He doesn't want to recuse himself. And I think this would be another big stain on this already huge mark against the Fulton County court system. I mean, you look at everything that happened with Fonnie Willis, just to start. The judicial and prosecutorial misconduct denotes a disgraceful episode in the Fulton County courts. I agree. Fulton County District Attorney's Office and stains courts throughout the state of Georgia and our country. Sheesh. What occurred in this star chamber outside of the view of the cameras, in the shadows, and hidden from Young Thug and his counsel and the public is unpardonable and all in violation of Young Thug's constitutional rights stated herein, as well as in Exhibit A. Judge Glanville's Lawyer Love and Lawyer Hilton have created secret star chambers proceedings with the state of Georgia has promised its citizens, which the state of Georgia has promised its citizens it would never engage in. Okay. And then they cite the case there. As the Honorable Supreme Court of Georgia has taught, justice faces its greatest threat when the courts dispense it secretly. Our system abhors star chamber proceedings with good reason. Oh, wait. Judge Glanville, Lawyer Love, and Lawyer Hilton have teamed up to conduct their illegal and unethical conduct outside of the view of Young Thug and his counsel, the public, and outside of the lens of the cameras. I mean, if Brian keeps harping on this point, there's no way that Judge Glanville can argue this. There's no way he can say that this isn't what took place. We've got the transcripts. He never denied that this happened. And he encouraged it. He thought it was okay. Why? We'll never know. We probably will know if there's a hearing, because I have a feeling even if they respond by tomorrow when they're supposed to, there's still going to be a hearing, and it's not just going to, Judge Glanville's not just going to recuse himself and say, all right, I'm off the case. No, this is going to be a long fought fight. And this case is going to be paused for who knows how long. The public officials shall never be trusted by Young Thug or undersigned counsel. These are serious consequences for the intentional and unjustified misdeeds that have not yet been dispensed. The clear evidence is that Judge Glanville is not impartial, and or there is at least the appearance that Judge Glanville is not impartial. Judge Glanville must be removed / disqualified from Young Thug's case. As sworn to in Exhibit A, Judge Glanville, Lawyer Love, and Lawyer Hilton conspired to conceal and suppress evidence. This star chamber cannot prohibit Brady evidence from coming forward. We haven't talked about the Brady evidence so much, but we might get to that in another video. This is exactly what Judge Glanville, Lawyer Love, and Lawyer Hilton plan to do with Young Thug's constitutional right to due process, a fair tribunal, a fair trial, effective assistance of counsel, right to cross-examine, right to see, hear, and be present for statements of a sworn witness have been obliterated by Judge Glanville and his cohorts. Judge Glanville must be removed as he has forfeited his position as judge. God. Woo. All right, we got to take a break here. I want to see what y'all are saying about this, because this is a lot. This is a lot going on. Let me see what y'all are saying in the chat. ML's here. He said, What is going on? Mar is laughing at the honorable attorney Bumpus, and he's calling Bumpus honorable. Yeah, he wants to make it clear who he has respect for and who he doesn't. And clearly, this defense has no respect for Miss Love, Miss Hilton, or Judge Glanville, which is understandable because they're not only dishonoring the court, but they're not playing by the rules either. Amy says they leave it out because they're implying there is no longer honor. Mixed Chick Samantha said Brian is on it. He's not letting up. Yeah, he's on their necks right now. Mr. Tesla said, nah. Hey, goodbye. They got to get him out of there. That I don't see how this could go any other way. Amy Lee, what does she say? She says, limiting my comment on this, Georgia Code of Conduct Judicial Rule 1.2. Promoting public confidence in the judiciary, judges shall act at all times in the manner that promotes public confidence in the independence, integrity, and impartiality of the judiciary. An independent and honorable judiciary is dispensable to justice in our society. Judges shall participate in establishing, maintaining, and enforcing high standards of conduct and shall personally observe such standards of conduct so that the independence, integrity, and impartiality of the judiciary may be preserved. The provisions of this code should be construed and applied to further that objective. She says Glanville is cooked. Yeah, and this is what we saw in that case with Miss Peterson, where she had 50-something charges brought against her when it comes to the Code of Judicial Conduct, and then 28 of those stuck, and they got her out of there. And then while that case was going on, or while she was waiting to hear back as far as what the decision would be, then she went out. She was at a bar. She pushed up on a police officer, put hands on a police officer, and I mean, they got her up out of there. They're already decided to get her out of there anyway. And now she can't be a judge or can't be in an elected position for 7 years. So this stuff is taken very seriously. And you would think in this situation, things would be moving a little bit smoother because we've got the transcripts. We've got Judge Glanville and ADA Hilton and Miss Love walking into the courtroom with Lil Woody with chains around his arm and his ankles like nothing happened. And it's just wild to see that this case, the biggest case in possibly the history of the state of Georgia, is going this way. Shout out to, is it Twyla? Hopefully I'm saying that wrong. Shout out to Miss Young. She said Bumpus gets her chance to be seen. Oh man, y'all still y'all cannot stand Kayla. Oh man, that's crazy. Amy also says Woody is not as stupid as he made himself to look like. He knows what he's doing and is low-key genius. Steph Love is back in here, says YSL Kayla was sitting by with Thug's family. Well, that's her family technically. We talked about that yesterday. Amy Lee says coming from the criminal justice system, they all mixing, if you know what I mean. Everything about this case is tainted. The case should be thrown out or go to a different county. We can only hope that it will. Stizzy is in the building. What's up, man? We got Stizzy up in here. He says, what up, y'all? Stopping through, dropping some Stizzy love off. Appreciate you for being here, man. Vortex is in the building, says, just wanted to say, I wouldn't have got where I am without you. Oh, look at him. Aww. I just hit 6K monthly listeners on Spotify, gaining around 1K each day. He said, the feedback you have given from each song has helped me to improve my skills with music. Shout out to Vortex, man. That's dope. I appreciate you. I'm glad to hear that, man. That's awesome. Yeah, congratulations to you. Keep pushing. Yeah, every single day, just make sure you're putting in the work and continuing to push and promote your music, and remember what got you to where you are now. And I think those are gonna be the things that continue to help you grow. So yeah, stick around, man. We're definitely gonna be here to support your music. That's dope. Get Black With Me says God relatives. Yeah, she was over there sitting with her God relatives. Amy says congratulations to Vortex. All right, do y'all want to get back into this, because we've still got a good bit more to get into. Oh, I forgot to record that. Dang. All right, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix that here in a second. All right, let's get back into this. Unless y'all had any other questions. Also, if you want to call in, the link to call into the show is in the description. It's also in the pinned comment in the chat. Y'all don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. You can call in, you can share your thoughts, and hear what you have to say about this case, because it's getting crazier and crazier by the day. Let me see here. So we were on June 10th here. All right, so let's start this. I need to. Dang, I was supposed to be recording that and I forgot to record it. All right, here we go. Paragraph 18. It says the June 10th Star Chamber meeting between Judge Glanville and lawyers Love and Hilton undermined the public's faith in the integrity of the justice system as it conceals from the public Young Thug, his lawyers, and others facing the removal of their liberty critical information about the lawfulness and reality of how they are being prosecuted. And we talked about this before as well. How can you, who wants to be in this type of justice system that we're seeing on display? It's not a great look. This injustice must end today. The trial is wholly broken and cannot ever be repaired based solely upon the improper conduct of Judge Glanville, lawyer Love, and lawyer Hilton. Any motion for mistrial made by Young Thug is based exclusively upon the improper actions of the supposed judge and the state actors. Good Lord. Woo. Judge Glanville at the Star Chamber ex parte meeting provided legal advice and direction to attorney Bumpus about how to speak with her client. Uh-oh. Where was that at? What? Lil Woody. He said Judge Glanville at the ex parte meeting provided legal advice and direction to Ms. Bumpus about how to speak with her client. I don't remember seeing that in the transcripts. I'm trying to think back. I don't remember seeing a point to where Judge Glanville said, hey, why don't you tell him or explain to him this? Or can you show him or tell him this? Judge Glanville was actually pretty quiet throughout most of this meeting based on what we saw in the transcript. There was parts at the end when they were going back and forth and talking about perjuring and perjury. And Judge Glanville kind of injected himself into the conversation at that point. But yeah, I don't know what Brian's referring to here, so maybe I missed something. Dispensing legal advice creates a clear appearance of impartiality, which is a proper ground for granting of this motion to recuse under our Code of Judicial Conduct and constitutional violation of due process. Yeah, can't be doing that, Judge. Mr. Williams' constitutional right to due process has been violated because not only is there an appearance of impartiality, but there is actual bias, as Judge Glanville has been embroiled in this trial and is assisting the prosecution to attempt to gain a conviction of Young Thug. It is impossible for any reasonable person to believe that Judge Glanville is neutral. I mean, I agree 1000%. We've looked at the documents. We've seen the trial. We've watched Judge Glanville. We've heard what he said. We've reviewed the transcripts, and Brian is 1000% correct. Any reasonable person that says that will look at this would not say that Judge Glanville is biased. I mean, he's 100% biased, and it shows. It shows. Mixed Chick Samantha says, he said the explanation, he had to explain the immunity agreement. Yeah, but is that, let me see. Is that Judge Glanville providing legal advice and directing Miss Bumpus? Him explaining the immunity agreement? I guess I could kind of see it from a legal standpoint. I can't say for sure, but me just looking at it, it seems like it would be kind of a gray area, but I guess we could let that point go. But I could kind of see how that would be him consulting Little Woody and say, here, this is what that means. This is what this means. But yeah, that's a good point. It says, is it possible for any reasonable It is impossible for any reasonable person to believe that Judge Glanville is neutral. Judge Glanville must be removed based upon the one ex parte communication that has come to light thus far. He's saying there's more, man. Judge Glanville's lawyer Love and Hilton have infected the process of Young Thug's trial and have illegally poisoned same forever. Judge Glanville had the ethical duty to recuse himself sua sponte once he had the ex parte communications, which is it's looking like that's true. However, neither Judge Glanville, lawyer Love, nor lawyer Hilton uttered a word that they spent the morning of June 10th leaning on Lil Woody to testify for the prosecution against Young Thug, coaching attorney Bumpus on what and how to sell to Lil Woody the proposition to cause him to testify at trial against Young Thug, coaching Lil Woody on how to deliver his testimony. Oh, that is true. That is true. They definitely did that. And promising Lil Woody that he would not be prosecuted even if he perjured testimony unless he told a bold-faced whopper. Y'all remember we talked about that in the last video. Judge Glanville showing his age by saying, hey, listen, unless you tell a bold-faced whopper, you're going to be fine. So yeah, I got to take it back. I got to take it back because Judge Glanville was in that secret meeting based on the transcript telling Lil Woody, oh yeah, this is how everything's going to go. Here's what you can do and it'll be fine. Is that him giving legal? I guess that would be, because Lil Woody perjuring himself is a big deal. I mean, Brian is killing this. I want to read through this one more time because I know I interrupted or I stopped in here a lot. However, neither Judge Glanville, lawyer Love, nor lawyer Hilton uttered a word that they spent the morning of June 10th leaning on Lil Woody to testify for the prosecution against Young Thug, coaching attorney Bumpus on what and how to sell Lil Woody the proposition to cause him to testify at trial against Young Thug, coaching Lil Woody on how to deliver his testimony, and promising Lil Woody that he would not be prosecuted even for perjured testimony unless he told a bold-faced whopper or a lie. And we saw that in the transcript, which is what they're citing here. These public officials heard and failed to reveal that Lil Woody confessed to committing every indicated offense in this case. Y'all remember in the transcripts when they were getting close to the end of the meeting and Lil Woody said, I committed these crimes. And it was one thing that was weird. There was a weird little jump at that point to where it seemed like ADA Hilton was kind of ignoring what he said when he said, I committed these crimes. Kayla didn't know what to say because she was kind of like, what are you talking about? I committed these crimes. So this is what they're referring to here in Exhibit B. I'm sure if we would scroll down, we would see that. Even non-lawyers can see that Judge Glanville, lawyer Love, and lawyer Hilton are not acting in an ethical manner, are on the same prosecutorial team, and that Judge Glanville should not be rewarded with the opportunity to continue to preside as judge over Young Thug's jury trial. In reality, Judge Glanville, lawyer Love, and lawyer Hilton have made themselves witnesses whom Young Thug counsel will call. These three lawyers must be recused and removed from this case. Dang, he called Judge Glanville a lawyer. Oh my gosh. All right. And what's the note here when he's talking about Ms. Hilton made themselves witnesses to Young Thug's counsel so that Young Thug's counsel can call them. He's saying that Mr. Williams' counsel has announced in open court that he will call the three offenders, he called them offenders, sheesh, at trial. Judge Glanville's, lawyer Love's, and lawyer Hilton's name appear on Mr. Williams, or Young Thug's, filed 8 amended list of witnesses. Yeah, because of this whole meeting, they messed that whole thing up. It is important to note that Judge Glanville originally denied Young Thug's request for access to the June 10th ex parte hearing transcripts, and we all believe that they're not even complete because it seems like there's a lot of pieces missing from that transcript. keeping the context of the record totally hidden by Lawyer Love, Lawyer Hilton, and Judge Glanville. Fortunately, mounting pressure related to Judge Glanville's gross misconduct, violation of his oath of office, ethical violations, and potential criminal conduct by Lawyer Love, Lawyer Hilton, and Judge Glanville worked to affect change. And we talked about this whole situation that went on as well, especially when it comes to them keeping the contents of the record totally hidden by Lawyer Love. Y'all remember what happened is the writ of mandamus was sent to the Georgia Supreme Court by Yak Gotti's lawyer, Mr. Weinstein. He sent that and said, hey, y'all, I want to recuse this judge, but I'm going to go through the process and he's not going to hear anything that I say. And it might be even be sent to another judge and they're not going to hear what I'm going to say. So he was the first one, Attorney Weinstein was the first one to say, I want everybody in Fulton County off of this case because anything I try and do, we're going to have an issue with, right? And the judge isn't even letting us get the full transcript. So then it went to the Supreme Court. They said, okay, we're going to deny this writ of mandamus. You're going to have to go back through the process. But Judge Glanville, you're not going to be able to rule in this case and you need to give them the full transcripts, which is allegedly what we have. But y'all have seen, we went through the transcripts and it seems like there's a lot of information missing in there too. Wow. It is important to note that Judge Glanville originally denied Young Thug's request for the June 10th ex parte hearing transcripts, keeping contents of the record totally hidden. Okay. And we already went through that. On Monday, June 17th, Judge Glanville denied undersigned counsel's motion to recuse and went forward with the trial of this case. Similarly, Judge Glanville denied Honorable Douglas Weinstein. We just talked about this motion to recuse on June 12th. Judge Glanville then continued to unlawfully preside over Young Thug's jury trial. Judge Glanville must be removed as he has proven to have actual bias as well as the appearance of bias. It's not looking great, Glanville, at all. Undersigned counsel has never been afforded the questions that Lawyer Hilton or Lawyer Love created and gave Lil Woody. What questions are those? Undersigned counsel has never been given this list of questions, even though Judge Glanville has been made aware of these questions and has encouraged Miss Bumpus, our attorney Bumpus, and Lil Woody to review and understand these questions. See Exhibit B attached here too. Okay, in the transcript. Interesting. We'll have to go through and look at that as well. The question must be asked why Judge Glanville has ex parte access to Lawyer Hilton and Lawyer Love's questions for a witness. This conduct is beyond repair. Yeah, it does sound like he's a part of their team. I mean, to be honest, Judge Glanville, Lawyer Hilton, and Lawyer Love did not give a hint that they were meeting ex parte with witness Lil Woody on the morning of June 10th or at any time. Undersigned counsel had no idea that Judge Glanville, Lawyer Love, Lawyer Hilton would dodge the law and ethical rules to conduct this improper and unethical ex parte conference. I mean, he's just pouring on here, man. Judge Glanville and Lawyers Love and Hilton were duty bound to immediately announce Mr. Williams, his counsel, and all accused and their counsel that this ex parte meeting occurred. Brady and Giglio evidence was obtained and the transcript was made and allowed argument to flow. Instead, their cover up equals their misdeeds. All right. And then they go back to the video that we just watched earlier. Judge Glanville, Lawyers Love, and Hilton, acting in concert, hid Brady evidence and attempted to normalize this unconstitutional star chamber meeting, unethical conduct, and witnesses intimidation by deflecting the focus on how undersigned counsel learned of the secret proceedings. Y'all remember Judge Glanville blew up at Brian Steele when he asked him about the meeting and was like, hey, you're not supposed to know about this meeting. How did you find out about this meeting? I'm holding you in contempt. And I'm going to lock you up for the next 20 weekends. And Brian Steele said, no, you're not. He went to the Superior Court and actually onto the Supreme Court, if I remember right. And they said, no, you can't. We're not doing that, Glanville. Sorry, Brian, you're good to go. We're going to hold off on that for now. Judge Glanville has undersigned counsel in contempt of court. The misconduct by Judge Glanville, Lawyer Love, and Lawyer Hilton determines we should call them the big three. We should just call them the big three whenever they're mentioned like this. Because, man, these They're taking all kinds of shots here from Brian. Undermines trust in judges and prosecutors, cannot stand and cannot be rewarded. Action must occur in order to attempt to remove the dark cloud over Young Thug's trial and the criminal justice system at large. The code of the conduct of the big three can never be forgotten, normalized, or ratified. Yep. The Georgia courts have always safeguarded and separated prosecutors and their duties from judges and their duties. Here, there is no daylight between the big three's improper and unethical conduct. All must be removed from Young Thug's case, and they point out why they should be, and they've got the case reference here. As stated herein, Young Thug intends to call Judge Glanville as a witness at the trial, as well as this recusal motion's evidentiary hearing based upon the improper conduct and the need to make further records to protect Young Thug's constitutional rights. Specifically, they appear to be communications that not captured on the transcript of June 10th. The ex parte meeting. Yeah, which again, there was still a lot missing from that meeting. And I wonder if they're going to be truthful, because we already saw when Lil Woody went live with Kayla on her, when he went live with Kayla on her YouTube channel, and she asked him, she said, Lil Woody, is the transcript complete? He said, you were there. You know what happened. That is not complete. That's not what went down. Judge Glanville is a necessary witness in Young Thug's trial, and his name will be used when undersigned counsel cross-examines Lil Woody when asking questions 1. Whether Judge Glanville pressured Lil Woody to testify. 2. Whether Lil Woody realized Judge Glanville was allowing wrong propositions of the law to be explained to him. We talked about this as well. When ADA Hilton said, oh, you're fine, unless there's some independent evidence that comes out, you can say whatever you want to. And even if you lie on the stand, I'm not going to prosecute you. So you could lie. If you lie, it's fine. It's not a big deal. The only thing is you can't say that you committed a murder. You can't say you killed Big Nut. That wasn't in this transcript, but that is something that has been said and has been heard. That was said in the transcripts, but we're not going to get that verified until this is over. And 3, the fact that Judge Glanville condoned Lil Woody lying under oath unless it was a bold-faced whopper. Sheesh. So he pressured Lil Woody to testify. He also, there was no one from the defense there to make sure that Lil Woody was being explained or told the correct thing. And then the third thing was he told Lil Woody he could lie unless it was a bold-faced whopper. And you even remember ADA Hilton, she said, well, what you remember is what you remember. So if you said in the past in a video that you always thought the sky was blue and you think the sky is blue, and then when you get on the stand, you say, well, I was lying, the sky is red, then I'm going to do my job and I'm going to say, okay, well, back here you said it was blue. Why did you say that? But you can still, whatever you remember, you remember. And whatever you don't recall, you can just say, I don't recall, right? This mandates that Judge Glanville not be in the courtroom in front of Young Thug's jury ever again as a judge. Good Lord. Judges must be disqualified in proceedings in which their impartiality may be reasonably questioned, which we are more than reasonably questioning this, including but not limited to instances where the judge is likely to be a material witness in the proceedings. And y'all have to remember, all this information that we have, the jury hasn't even seen. The only thing, well, allegedly. If any of the jury members are watching this live stream, salute and shout out to y'all. Are you watching this video? But allegedly, they haven't seen any of this information that we know. So for all the jury knows is everything is cool, and there's just been a delay because people are trying to attack Judge Glanville. They haven't seen the transcripts. They didn't see everything that took place with the back and forth between Brian. They didn't see when Brian got held in contempt. So, I mean, this is a lot of stuff that's technically behind the scenes from even the jury. So we've got access to a lot of information that isn't known by the people who were even in the courtroom, which is kind of crazy. Judges must be disqualified from proceeding in which their impartiality may be reasonably questioned, including but not limited to instances where the judge is likely to be a material witness in the proceedings. Yeah, how can he rule on something when he's going to be brought as a witness? When Lil Woody says, yeah, there was this man in there and he was trying to convince me to testify. I didn't want to testify. Brian Steele says, who is that man? He turns around, looks at the judge. He said, it's him right up there. What are they going to do? Oh, man. Grounds for recusal are contained in, y'all can see, OCGA 15-1-8, as well as the Georgia Code of Conduct or Code of Judicial Conduct. Further, the judge should be disqualified for bias against a party if such bias stems from an extrajudicial source and results in an opinion on the merits on some basis other than what the judge learned from his participation in the case. Basically, an ex parte meeting. Because in an ex parte meeting, you're biased. The alleged bias of the judge must be of such nature and intensity to prevent Young Thug from attaining a trial uninfluenced by the judge's bias. In the case at bar, it is impossible to honestly find that Judge Glanville is an impartial, fair jurist. Recusal is mandated. Under Rule 2.11 of the Code of Judicial Conduct, a judge must avoid all impropriety as well as the appearance of impropriety. Yeah, so basically Brian's just piling on here and showing that judge should not be on this case, but we're going to go through it regardless because this is some crazy stuff. Judges shall disqualify themselves in proceedings in which their impartiality might reasonably be questioned. The fact that Judge Glanville's impartiality might be reasonably questioned is grounds to mandate that he is removed from this case. I mean, there's so many cases that he's citing here to where these judges were removed. And you even look at Miss Peterson's case. I mean, Judge Glanville's looking just as reckless, if not more reckless than she is. This rule provides any additional rule of disqualification that is broader than our statute. Here, under any definition and any rule, Judge Glanville must be removed from the position of judge. In fact, commentary 2, okay, we go there, and it says, it explains that judges are subject to disqualification whenever their impartiality might be reasonably questioned. Judges should disclose on the record information that the court believes the parties or their lawyers might consider relevant to question of disqualification, even if the judge believes there is no legal basis for disqualification. So who gets to decide whether their impartiality is reasonably questioned? Is that the judge who is assigned to this? So is Judge Krause going to be the one who decides that? And then if she denies it, will they have to go to the then Supreme Court to try and get him removed again? I don't know. Mr. Tesla said Judge's going to be like, man, F the big three. It's just big me. Well, it's about to be all three of them on the chopping block, man. Shout out to the big three. Impartiality might reasonably be questioned means a reasonable perception of the lack of impartiality by the judge held by a fair-minded and impartial person based upon objective fact or reasonable reference. We've got enough information to see that this judge is biased. We don't even need to go through all that. Recusal on this ground requires a rational basis for such questioning, not an arbitrary basis, even though no actual impropriety on the part of the judge has been shown. Yeah, and I mean, even if I didn't know the law, if I found out that the prosecution was meeting with a sworn witness without the defense, I'd be like, this doesn't look right. I don't even know the law like that. But I would just say, just from me seeing that, shouldn't there be two sides to this story? And how do we know what's happening here? And this seems like an unfair advantage on the prosecution side. Like if you get to look at the playbook of the other team and they don't get to see what your playbook looks like, then you have an unfair advantage. So even then, this is wild. Recusal on the grounds requires a rational basis for such questioning not an arbitrary basis, even though no actual impropriety on the part of the judge has been shown. As seen in Exhibit A, Judge Glanville's impartiality under the definition has been satisfied. Further, the Code of Judicial Conduct mandates the judge step down from presiding over a case where the judge is likely to be real and essential witness, and where there is not substantially the same testimony available for another witness. Yeah, because Judge Glanville was the one in there telling Kayla what she could do and telling Lil Woody he was going to be fine unless he told a lie. Judge Glanville must leave Young Thug's case except when he is called to testify as a witness to explain under questioning his misconduct and bias before the jury. All right, there's still a lot to go through here. I know we went through a lot. Shout out to y'all. Y'all got to let me know what you think about this, man. I mean, Brian has provided so much information when it comes to why not only Judge Glanville should be removed, but why why Simone Hilton should be removed, why ADA Love should be removed as well. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is this officially the end? Is this just another piece that's going to be piled onto the disappointment pile of this trial, and Judge Glanville is going to get away with it? I would love to hear y'all's thoughts. And let me see what the comments are saying too. Goodness gracious. Mixed Chick Samantha said he explained the immunity agreement. Yeah, let me see if I can hold on a second. I'm going to see if I could find that transcript. Where did I put it? Let's see. Supreme Court denial. We've got, let's see. Now that's from, I bet I could find it on Thugger Daily. Let's see. Let's go over to Thugger Daily. Let me see here. So Thugger Daily should have the transcripts here. I just can't remember where I found them. Let's see, transcripts. No. Here we go. So here's the transcripts. And Next Chick Samantha said he was explaining immunity. I know it was way down at the end. And he did ask Kayla. He asked Kayla to hand him the transcripts. Let's see, Mr. Copeland, the Chambers. That makes two of us. I got a problem with hearing. Okay, so this is where Lil Woody first gets in there. And then that's different. The court, that's different. That's a different word. This is where he's talking about perjury. Failing to testify. Two things. Because you invoked your privilege after you have been given immunity, that is why you are in the custody, because you get out by testifying. So you testify, you get out, says Judge Glanville. That's why I was going to bring you something, why I brought you here earlier today, to just inquire about that. You can remain and hold your position of invoking the fifth or not testifying, but you go back to prison. Something. You go back to jail because that's Lil Woody says, you can't sentence me. Kayla says, there's no sentence. The court says there's no sentence. The contempt is compliance. They want your testimony. This is all they want, whatever that may be. Oh, man. Just give them what they want, Woody. They just want your testimony. It's fine. Just don't tell a bold-faced whopper and you'll be okay. Yeah, he's done. He's out of here. They got to get him out of here. And I even mentioned how weird this back and forth between Judge Glanville and Miss Hilton was. Now we know why, and we even have the cases from Brian showing that, hey, these are the reasons that this is not okay. But yeah, Mixed Chick Samantha called it. Judge Glanville was doing too much. Get Black With Me says he said enough, which could have been interpreted as him trying to advise Bumpus. Yep. Bumpus also said that she gave them her take on what happened in the meeting. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, where she said, yeah, I gave the defense information on what happened from a how did she say it? She said from a defensive standpoint or something like that. So she's not holding back when it comes to her admitting that she gave the defense information on the meeting. Miss Chick Samantha said he told Kayla too. That's all I can think of out of K. Oh, okay. Shout out to Vortex. Vortex said my girlfriend is getting mad at me. She said, stop watching those YouTube videos and show me some affection. Dang. Hey, don't do that, man. You better go be with your girl. You'll be able to watch the replay. He said she's gonna have to wait. Can't miss a ClassE live stream. I appreciate you, man, but hey, go be with your girl. Cautious up in here too. What's up, man? Mikey Gaskin's in the building. He said, what up? These jabroni ass judges trying to see Thugger. Yeah. You think you're gonna come in here and disrespect Thug, Ninja? Corey Wilburn's in the building. Welcome to the new timer. He says, does getting Glanville out change the direction of the case if it continues? It depends on which way they go. If there's a mistrial, I mean, that's it. Now, I wanted to play a clip from Mr. Weinstein. He did another interview to where he talked about the case being undone. And I wanted to look up and find out more information about that. But let me see if I can find it real quick and I'll give you an answer. Let's see what happens when trial is undone in. All right, let me see. So I can answer that for you directly. But yeah, if there's a mistrial, then that's it. That's the end of the case. It says when a judge is recused, it means the judge steps down from the case due to the potential conflict of interest or bias. If a trial is undone or a decision is vacated, it means the trial or ruling is invalidated and the process may need to start over by a new judge. This ensures fairness and impartiality in the judicial process. So, even if Judge Glanville is just simply recused, it's looking like the case could just be done just because there's so much going on here. Not only that, but you now have, because Mr. Weinstein and Brian Steele have went to the Supreme Court. You have the Supreme Court being involved and seeing all that's going on in Fulton County. This might be a case to where they just have to hit the reset button, which is kind of crazy, but I'm sure that's I don't know what Thug would be hoping for. I think they would be hoping for a mistrial, to be honest. Then everybody can get out and all these defendants can go free. Mikey Gaskin said, yo, the court system is one-sided and foul. Yeah. He said, we need to fix it. It's been one of the greatest weapons in World War III. Yeah, especially seeing the inner workings of this case. It's pretty disgusting to see how much power that one person can have. And like I said, the jury doesn't even know most of this has been taking place. They don't know. They haven't seen the transcript like we have. They haven't seen all the stuff that's been going on behind the scenes. They haven't seen Kayla's live streams, allegedly. I'm sure some of them have, but this has just been a wild, wild case. Also, I was going to mention this earlier too. Speaking of Thugger Daily, y'all saw, and I mentioned it when we were reading through the transcript. One of the reasons that Brian was able to file this supplement motion to recuse is because the state, or I shouldn't say the state, the court asked for more time to respond to the other 3 recusals that are already out there. So they filed something on Monday with Judge Krause and said, hey, we don't have enough time. Miss Love has had a family emergency. So if you could just give us a little bit more time so we can prepare ourselves, and then we'll have everything ready for you on Wednesday. And then Judge Krause said, okay, fine. We're going to go ahead and give you till Wednesday. Brian said, oh yeah, y'all want to take some more time? I got you. We're going to drop this. We're going to drop this motion on you. And that's how this was able to happen, because we were supposed to hear the court's response to those 3 recusals on yesterday. And they decided that they needed more time and that, you know, Miss Love had a family emergency. Hey, y'all have worked with people who have family emergencies. Look, come on. We all know what's going on here. It may be a real family emergency, but I'm not buying it at this point. So with that being said, that opened the door for Brian to go ahead and just continue to pile on, which is hilarious in my opinion, because now the court has more that they have to respond to, because this is going to be heard. Shout out to Sigma. Oh man. Is it Sigma MLO CEO says, great content. Keep up the good commentary. Hey, I'm trying, man. I appreciate you stopping by, Sigma. Thank you for showing some love, man. We're going to be here continuing to cover this case, because there's still a lot going on here. And I wanted to go back and actually find this, because Thugger Daily did a great job of pointing this out. Let me see if I can. Yeah, here we go. This is what I was looking for. One more thing. Mr. Tesla says, I'm about to have a family emergency right now. Uh-oh. Mr. Tesla said he's got a tea time at 3. So he's like, hey, y'all, I had a family emergency. It's got a phone call from my wife. I gotta go. This chick Samantha said they need a mistrial for an illegal act or failing to act on the part of the prosecutor. I mean, there's so much here, Samantha. And even with Brian saying he wants to get ADA Love and ADA Hilton off of this, that alone, I mean, that should create enough room for them to get out of this case. But let's go through this real quick. So I want to review this real quick for y'all, so you can kind of see some of the things that happened leading up to Brian filing this supplemental motion to recuse. So what happened, and shout out to Thugger Daily for this, is it says less than 2 hours before the deadline, this was on Monday, the state is asking for a 48-hour extension to respond to the motions to recuse. There's 3 of them. All right, so keep that in mind. Miss Love has had a family medical emergency.
Stop the cap.
Hope everybody's okay. But yeah, I'm not buying it. So let's check this out. In the Superior Court of Fulton County, state of Georgia, the state's motion for an additional time to file response brief for recusal motions. There should be an S there because there's not just one. The state of Georgia hereby moves this honorable court for a 48-hour extension of time to respond to the defendant's motion to recuse the Honorable Chief Judge Ural Glanville in the trial of the above styled case. In support of this motion, the state shows this honorable court the following. Defendants Young Thug and Yak Gotti, collectively defendants, are currently being tried for charges of conspiracy to violate the Racketeering, Influence, and Corruption Organization Act, or RICO. Both defendants, Young Thug and Yak Gotti, and murderer defendant Kendrick, defendants. Okay, here we go. Defendants William filed a motion to recuse the Honorable Judge Glanville on June 17th. Defendant Kendrick filed a similar motion on June 12th. All right. And y'all don't forget Kayla. She filed one too. The Honorable Court entered the order requiring a response from the state no later than 5 p.m. on Monday. So they were supposed to respond yesterday and they said they need more time. The underside Chief Deputy District Attorney is preparing the state's response, but was unexpectedly called away from work after a medical emergency involving an immediate family member occurred.
Stop the cap.
Okay. Again, whatever you say. As a result of the unexpected medical emergency, the state of Georgia respectfully moves this honorable court for an extension of 48 hours to file the state's response to defendants' motions to recuse. The state believes that it is imperative to the ends of the justice that the matter of the motions to recuse be resolved as expeditiously as possible. I love that word. The state will act without delay in submitting the state's response. The response needs to be Glanville is done. That's all anybody wants to hear at this point. He's got to go. We asked for a 48-hour extension only to ensure that the matter is properly addressed by the state, given the unexpected recent set of circumstances. All right, wherefore the state hereby respectfully requests the court grants its motion for additional time to file response brief of recusal motion. Respectfully submitted this the 8th day of July 2024. And of course, that was submitted by Adrian Love, aka ADA Love. All right. So that's what they said. And then, of course, their buddy over there, Judge Rachel Krause. Now, from what I've heard, she's a fair judge. She's a good judge, but we don't care because she contributed to Judge Glanville's re-election campaign and he contributed to hers. So biased. I don't care what you say. All right. Motion granted by Judge Rachel Krause. The state response are now due Wednesday at 5 p.m. That is not a lot of time considering they're probably sweating right now. They're sweating over there because of this supplement that Brian filed today. All right, check this one out. Order extending the deadline for the state's written response to recusal motions. This case is before the court of the state's motion for additional time to file response brief for recusal motion. All right. Kendrick and Williams, y'all know who they are. Having considered the brief 48-hour extension request and the reason given for the request extension, the motion is hereby granted. Come on, Honorable Rachel Krause. Keep the heat on them. That's all right, though. The state shall have until 5 p.m. on July 10th to file a written response to the defendant, Yak Gotti. I said it right the first time. Yak Gotti's motion to recuse Chief Judge Glanville, filed on June 12th, and defendant Young Thug's motion to disqualify/recuse Judge Glanville from all further dealings in the above referred case. So I wonder why they don't mention Kayla's in here, because Kayla had a motion to recuse as well, because from what I understand, it was based on 3. So maybe we'll have to double check that. Judge Glanville from all further dealings in the above referred case, filed June 17, 2024, and non-party Kayla Bumpus. Oh, okay, there she is. All right, because they left it out of the last one. And non-party Kayla Bumpus's and motion to recuse this court, filed on June 14, 2024, which they left out of their initial statement. And it says contemporaneously with filing, the state shall provide a courtesy copy of any filings by email to the court's litigation manager at such and such and such. And that is by the Honorable Rachel Krause. Okay, so that is why they were able to get a little bit more time. They extended the deadline to this Wednesday, and Brian was able to, he was able to put the hammer down and say, y'all want to take some more time? Well, we've got some more things for you to consider. So now that there is this second motion, I wonder what's going to happen to these if they're going to ask for more time. Are they going to have to respond to them at the same time? Is Rachel Krause going to respond to Brian's recent motion by today, which I would imagine she would? And is the heat going to be on the state? I don't know. We'll have to see. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments and in the chat. And we're going to keep it moving. I had some other things I wanted to get to today, but man, we had a lot going on with this supplemental motion, which was crazy. Or supplement 2 motion to recuse, I should say. But y'all can go through and look at this as well if y'all want the link to it. I guess I'll put it in the description of the video. They've got the transcript in here. I believe that was Exhibit A, and that was cited several times through. That was cited several times throughout the earlier part that we read, and we reviewed this as well. If y'all want to see where we reviewed this transcript, you can go back and watch that video. We did a full live stream on it, and I also broke it down into separate clips on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel as well. It's a lot of interesting information in here. That's Exhibit C as well. But yeah, let me see what y'all are saying. Shout out to Monica Broussard is in here. She says, I think they need a dismissal at this point in time in Judge Glanville. Shout out to Monica. We're going to have to take a comfort break, Monica, because this is just too much. Shout out to Monica. Appreciate you stopping by. Mixed Chick Samantha says her family emergency was her killing this damn case. God dang. Yeah. Yeah, she's trying to hide the body from this case she just killed. All right. Appreciate y'all again. We are going to be back tomorrow. We've got some more things. I wanted to talk about what's going on with Kayla, Young Thug's sister, her whole relationship there. We've got some more information about Young Woody, and we've got more information about what went on behind the scenes, even with this ex parte meeting when it comes to Doug Weinstein, which is Yak Gotti's lawyer. So we've got an interview from him I want to review as well. We'll be talking about that tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Music Morning Show. Appreciate everybody who is in here showing love, man. Hey, y'all call in. I would love for y'all to call in at some point and let me know what your thoughts are. And the link to call in is always going to be in the pinned comment in the chat and in the description if y'all want to call in and let me know what you think. We'll get a couple more comments and then I'll get y'all up out of here. Mr. Tesla said he'll call in another day. Yeah, the lines are always open, man. And shout out to Sean Barron. He says they should have kept quiet about the meeting and use it for appeal if they were found guilty. But now they got to give them now that you give them a chance to regroup. Exactly. And Kayla, I mean, she hasn't been shy saying that, hey, they didn't find out the meeting from me. Kayla Bumpus. She said, hey, they didn't find out about the meeting from me, but I gave them all the information they wanted. Which is, I mean, to me, you're the mole. Y'all are saying she's not the mole. To me, the person who says, hey, there was a secret meeting. To the person who says, yeah, this is what they said in the meeting. This is what they told Lil Woody. This is who was there. The judge was there. This is what they said. And I was scared and I was nervous and Lil Woody was upset. Like, you're just as bad as the person who leaked the meeting information. So y'all tell me Kayla is not the mole. Kayla, she was more than open and willing to admit that she gave the defense all the information that they needed and wanted about the meeting. And according to her, she was caught on video talking to them as well. So it's crazy. Oh, Mr. Tesla said, I did call in, but you were in the middle of talking. Yeah, let me, if you want to call back in, Mr. Tesla, I can get you up here. Just let me know. Paradox is in the building too. He said an appeal would have taken years if they were found guilty. Yeah, Young Thug and Yak Gotti are going to be sitting in prison that whole time. Yeah, they don't want to be in there anymore. So from a defense standpoint, I think this is the best thing that could have happened for them. And honestly, I mean, we'll see what Fannie Willis does up there, but a lot of this is looking like it's going to be out of the states and out of the court's hands when it comes to what happens in this case. And I think it's really leaning towards the benefit of the defense in this case. Oh, shout out to Paradox says, I'm a she. I should have known with the purple hearts. I never want to assume. Appreciate you stopping by, Paradox. All right, Mr. Tesla says he's off in an hour. I appreciate you, man. All right, y'all, we're going to get up out of here. To everybody who is a musician and who records in BandLab, if y'all want to get your music heard, we are going to be live in about 10 minutes over on the BandLab Engineer channel. I'll be reviewing some of your music and we'll do some live mixing and mastering in BandLab as well, right? All right. Shout out to the new timers. Shout out to Paradox in here. Appreciate you, Sean. Thank you for stopping by. Monica was up in here as well. We had Corey Wilburn stop by. Everybody who's watching, make sure y'all like the video on your way out and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't yet. We are so close to 30,000 subscribers, and shout out to everybody who helped us get there. We're almost at 30,000 subscribers, so we're going to keep grinding and keep pushing. Make sure y'all don't miss out on any time we drop a video, because we're dropping 2 videos every single day and we're live streaming twice every weekday. All right. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. You know what to do. Y'all keep growing, keep pushing, keep it classy. We gone. Peace. Oh, we had some more comments in here. I'm sorry. Monica Broussard said the sad thing is at this point, those guys are tired, drained, and ready to go home. Mm-hmm. Amy's showing love over there. Shout out to Amy. I love me some Amy, man. Sean Barron says, no, if they were found guilty, he could have addressed it right after and the appeal would have been rushed. I'll have to go back and look at your other comment. They were found guilty, he could have addressed it right after. Yeah, but I mean, even if they're found guilty, they still would have been sitting in prison. I guess that's the thing that sucks for them. All right, we're gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.
We're real strong people. We can do anything. We can't be worried about what they say. My brother, my sister, just believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself.
Since everything starts with self, let me hold this mirror up and take a look at myself. Before I judge you, I gotta check myself. And I come to find out that that's good for my health, right? Change your mind and watch the whole body follow. So you won't hear me talking about I'm hitting you with hollows. I can't do it, got plans for tomorrow. And I ain't trying to bring my seeds no type of sorrow. Wait, cause fake rappers do fake-ish. I mean, most of basic get replaced quick. I'll never sacrifice my soul. Truth is, so I might never get 1 million records sold. But that's cool, cause I'm good with the creator. He nurtured my thoughts, so I present you with verbal flavor. You never listen to what no haters say. We pray for them, but we gon' move it this way. We moving forward, y'all.